Alrighty, so obviously you've seen the title of this video, and you're probably wondering what I'm on about. It doesn't take a genius to know that there is no A-30 in Roblox stores. Sure, we have A-60, A-90, and A-120, and each of their spawn points, which is what they are named after, are in intervals of 30, but there is still no A-30 anywhere seen in the game. Well, would you believe me that there is a very good possibility that A-30, or at least another type of rooms entity, will in fact be coming to the game, and better yet, we know exactly how it will function. Well, today I'll be telling you everything you need to know about this mysterious new entity, who I'll be referring to as A-30 beyond this point for convenience, and how exactly I know they are likely to come to the game. So with all of that being said, let's begin. Alrighty, so in case you weren't aware, one of the next major updates planned for when After Floor 2 releases is an update to the room sublevel. If you don't believe me, just take the developers' words for it, as they've confirmed, well, implied this several times. This naturally makes a lot of sense, as the current iteration of the sublevel is pretty easy, and it drags on for quite a while, especially if you are trying to make it to A1000. Now, one of the most prominent features for whenever Doors gets an update is the introduction of brand new entities, and I highly doubt this rooms update will be excluded from this. However, there's just one problem with adding new entities to the rooms, that being that there is not really any to pick from. You see, the Rooms sublevel is a direct remake of the Rooms game, which was a large inspiration for the Doors game. Nearly every single feature in the sublevel is identical to the actual game. Take for example A-60 and A-120, which are direct references to the multi-monster and happy scribble entities in the Rooms game. In fact, those two entities were the only ones present in the Rooms game. A-90, believe it or not, was actually a custom-made character for the sublevel seen in Doors. Now, I don't think the developers want to stray too far away from this original concept, as the sublevel is meant to closely reference it. However, seeing as how the game only has two entities, both of which are already indoors currently, how could more be added without them being original concepts? Well, you see, although only two entities were ever added to the original Rooms game, a third one was planned, but never made it past the conceptual stage. And this entity is what I believe will be implemented as A-30. You see, Nico, the original creator of the Rooms game, confirmed that there was originally going to be an entity which functioned similarly to Hide indoors, where it would punish players who stayed in lockers for too long. Now, seeing as how this is the only other entity from the game, and how the Rooms and Doors are planned to be remade at some point, I don't think it would be too out of the realm of possibility if this locker monster, as Nico calls it, would be added to the game. Now, naturally, if it was added, it would probably function a little differently from Hide, so it wouldn't be an exact replica, but overall, besides completely original entity concepts, this seems like a good contender for a new entity in the Rooms update. So, now that we know that this locker monster entity may be coming in the Rooms update, why did I decide to call it A-30? After all, giving it that name would mean it would have to spawn around Room 30, and at that point in the sublevel, there really isn't any threats to worry about, meaning lockers would be pointless. Well, the reason I decided that this entity should spawn around Room 30 is because other entities similar to it already spawn before they are intended to be encountered. Take for example Hide, who can spawn as early as Door 2, which is way before they would ever be naturally encountered normally. We also know another Hide-like entity is coming in Floor 2, and based on a teaser trailer given to us, they appear to also spawn before intended to be encountered. So I think it is most likely if this locker monster also followed this trend of appearing too early, and seeing how all the Rooms entities have spawn points located 30 rooms from each other, Room 30 would be the perfect area for this locker monster to appear in, consequently making their name A-30. Now, I would like to remind you that this is all speculation. However, seeing as how the locker monster is the only entity from the original Rooms game which has yet to be added, paired up with how the Rooms sublevel indoors will be updated in the future, combined with the trend of Hide-like entities always spawning earlier than intended, I think that the locker monster will be implemented in the Rooms sublevel update, and they will be called A-30. So, with this video coming to a close, I just wanted to let you all know about this new A-30 entity which might be coming to Doors, and let me know in the comments what you think of it. So, with all of that being said, thank you all for watching and I hope you enjoyed.